Happy Sunday. How was the week? How has your plannings, your family, everything that pertains to your life, how has it been? I greet you in the name of our Lord Jesus. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever this video meets with you. I pray that the peace of God will continue to abide and, to dwell with you. It would enwrap its loving arms around you and you will have testimonies. Today, I don't want to be talking, all the time. I want us to think. And the thought that comes to my mind today is God's timing. God's timing, the timing of God. The timing of God. We are used to, as children of God, we are used to the time of God. Let God's time take charge. Let God's time uh, be the final in our lives, in our homes. Even those who are not Christians, who have other beliefs, they believe that the timing of God, God has a time. Just like the Bible talks about times and seasons. There's a time for the fall season, a time for winter, a time for heat, the time for the time for different things. So there are times, there are seasons. But this morning, I want us to look at the timing of God, not the timing of man, but the timing of God. How deeply do we understand the timing of God? What is the timing of God? How do we explain the timing of God? God's time, we say, is always the best time. We have sayings, God is never too late. God is never late. That is his own time. But as human beings, we tend to want things done for us fast, 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 fast. We are on the fast track, particularly this generation where we are now. Everything is fast, fast, fast. You want to get money fast. You want to get married fast. You want to have your children fast. You want your children to be born on Monday. Then by Wednesday, the children have graduated. And by Friday, the children are married. And by Sunday, the children have their own children. Yes, those are beautiful things, desires that we have. But this morning I have come to tell you, I've come to inform you, I've come to remind you that there is what we call God's timing. And God's timing is always perfect. But God's timing can be very painful. God's timing can be very frustrating, humanly speaking. Take an example of someone who gets married and finds it difficult to have children, or the timing of having children drags for so long. You hear people 32 years, 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 5 years. Even waiting for 1 year can be very frustrating. And you hear people saying, God's timing. Wait for God's timing. God's time. God's time is the best. But like I do on this channel, I keep it real. It is not easy to wait for God's time. It takes grace of God. It takes prayers to wait for God's time. I am a living example. I had to wait for many years to have children. I've had to wait for so many things. And I can tell you boldly that waiting is not easy. Waiting is not fun. Waiting is not interesting. Waiting, rather, is very frustrating when you have to wait. But I can assure you again that when you wait, when you don't do it by yourself, when you don't use your head knowledge, when you don't do it by your own mind, when you wait for God, He does it beyond, above your expectations. He does it beyond your expectations. He does it past what you even expect. He goes beyond, way beyond what you expect. And victory is always sweeter when you wait for God's timing. I'm talking from experience. Victory is sweeter when you wait for God's timing. When you use your head knowledge, yes, you might think you are achieving what you want, but he does not, I don't know how to explain it for you, my viewers, to understand what I'm saying. When you run, using your head knowledge is like running ahead of your shadow. Is it possible? Your shadow is at the back and you are running ahead. You are running ahead of what God has planned for you. Please do not run ahead of the plans of God. Learn how to go to God in humility and say, God, help me to wait. Help me to wait. The Bible from the beginning to the end talks so much about waiting. And I'm sure even in the Quran, there's even in our traditional even religion, they talk about waiting. You hear statements like wait. Yorubas will say nisuru. My own language will say mudiafu. Wait. Waiting is not fun, but waiting on the Lord caps the blessings, gives you everything you want in God's own way. We're going to continue with this topic, looking at the will of God. And so I want to encourage comments, encourage sharing experiences on when you had to wait, how it made you feel. How did it really make you feel? What were the challenges? What were the challenges while you waited? I would expect your comments. I would expect your shared experiences. I would expect you to tell somebody about it. To encourage others, telling them, assuring them that they that wait upon the Lord, their strength will be renewed. That's the assurance. They that wait upon the Lord, your strength will be renewed. The times are hard, times are funny, but let us learn to wait. When we wait upon God, you cannot make mistakes. You cannot go wrong with it. I'll see you again, same time next week. I leave you in the hands of God, trusting that God will continue to help you, grant you the grace, the strength to wait upon Him. Have a beautiful week ahead. God bless you. Bye-bye.